Melissa. Your son, Theodore, is reaching an age where potty training is imminent. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to potty train him so that you no longer have 2 kids in diapers. As always, if you or any of your team should fail, the secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This message will self-destruct in 10 seconds. Good luck, Melissa.
If you're looking for one of those typical how to potty train your kid in 3 days type videos, this ain't it. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Melissa and this is the Couch Mom Club. And if you've been a part of the club, welcome back. This is going to be one of those real practical videos on how to potty train your kid. I'm gonna do it in a do's and don'ts style so that hopefully this video doesn't go on for too long. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you're notified when I post new videos. And just right off the bat, give this video a thumbs up and let me know that you're here for the practical, realistic tips on how to potty train your kid. Let's get right into it. The first do, and this is one of the do's that I didn't have, but you need patience. Do have a lot of patience. You want to make sure that when you are potty training your child that you have patience to do it. If you are like me, it's not going to be a 3-day journey. You're going to need patience to persist and see this thing through to the end. Now, you might think somewhere in the journey that this is impossible to do, but I promise you, it is possible and you can do it. And your kid won't end up in high school with diapers. I promise, okay? The next do is consistency. You do want to have some consistency. Do not start this potty training journey if you plan to start and stop and start and stop. It won't work. You definitely need to be consistent. You need to decide what you're doing and just follow through. Now, this next part might be a contradiction to what you hear in other videos, but you definitely want to trust your timing. A lot of people say that you should trust the child's timing and go with the flow of the child. But as a mom, as a parent, you want to also trust your own timing. If you believe that it is time for your child to be potty trained, go for it. Everybody says that the child will show you when they're ready and that the child will indicate to you when they want to be potty trained. But I say that I'm the mom and I decide. There are going to be some signs to look out for when your child is being very resistive. Now, you don't want to push until your kid is just like, I hate this, I will never potty train, and I'm going to pee on your floor to the day that I move out. I hope that doesn't happen. But you're going to look for certain things in the child that is going to tell you to stop. If you're not seeing those very, very strong resistive signs in your kid, trust your timing. You're going to know when you're ready to potty train that kid. And what I mean by this is that sometimes in life, you're going to have these signs and these situations that are going to point you to what is next. For example, I had another baby and I did not want to change 2 kids in diapers. If you have one child that is old enough to be potty trained, and when I say old enough, you have to understand that that term is very relative, you can start potty training. All you have to do is be consistent and trust your timing. With my son, he turned 2 in June. We began the process to potty train him before his 2nd birthday. And for me, that was the best decision ever. I think that a lot of people get caught up in the idea that they're too young or that they're too old. And this is something that you don't want to do. You don't want to wait till they're too old. Now, of course, that might be a relative term for you too, because sometimes a child won't really pick up on the skill until they're older than 2, until they're almost 4. But that is like in between the right times to be potty training your child. 1.5 or 18 months to about 3.5, 4. What I found with my son is that he was just on the cusp of becoming his own man. Now, I know that sounds funny for a 2-year-old, but it's true. At that time, they're learning their boundaries. They're testing the waters. They're understanding what they can do and what they can't do. They're becoming their own people. So if I had waited a little longer, I might have had more trouble, because even at that age, before he turned 2, he was already ready to tell me, no, I don't want to. He was his own person by then. I had to really involve him in the entire process of potty training. Without his involvement, without his participation, this would have been totally a nightmare. And some days it was a nightmare. So that brings me to another do. Rally the village. You're gonna need your villagers to be a part of this, not for the kid, for you. You're gonna need the support. You're gonna need a shoulder to cry on. You're going to need somebody to hug you and tell you that it's going to be okay, because you're gonna wanna quit. But if you have the right people in your corner, the villagers as I call them, if they are ready on standby, on speed dial, next door, I don't care where they are, they just gotta be ready when you need them to tell you, it is going to be okay, you can do this. Here, let me come in and help you. Because trust me, the more help you can get, the better. One thing that you want to consider when you're potty training is to have clear goals. I should have done this video a while ago, but I was actually wrestling with myself. What is a potty trained child? Is a potty trained child a child that can tell you, mommy, I have to go pee or go poo or whatever? Or is a potty trained child a child that will take himself to the washroom and call you, mommy, I'm done, can you help me, or whatever the case is? I wrestled with that because to me, a potty trained child is somebody that can go for however long without an accident, who can sleep overnight without an accident, who can tell you when they have to go. But also, a potty trained child for me is someone who can help themselves. Now, my son is not quite at the stage where he can jump up on the toilet himself and go potty, but he is letting me know when he has to go, and he is holding it through the night, and when we take long trips in the car, he is able to make it there without any accidents. Now, I think it's been 3 months since he's had an accident, and I mean an overnight accident. Sometimes he'll have a little bit of a trickle before he gets there, but that's when he's like really taking off running. I have to pee. But an overnight accident or an accident in the car, or even having to stop the car in order for him to go, hasn't happened in a long time. So I feel comfortable doing this video with some practical skills on how to potty train your kid. I know that there are videos out there that tell you that you can do it within the 3 days. My kid's really smart, and I think he might even be gifted, because I mean, every parent says that, but no, if you met this kid, like, he's smart. And I couldn't get him potty trained in 3 days. I don't know if it has anything to do with being smart and being able to click and just having that light bulb go off, or if those people are not being honest. Because I don't know anybody who trained a kid in 3 days. Within the 3 days of training him, he got used to the idea of having to use the washroom. As far as being trained goes, no, I think that is my other do. Do set clear expectations for yourself. If you are expecting to train your child, establish what training means to you and set that clear expectation, because if you go into it thinking, hey, I've watched 4 videos now on YouTube that told me I can train this kid in 3 days, I am gonna train my kid in 3 days. If that is your expectation and you go into it and on day 3 you have a serious accident, you have to get the Lysol, you have to get the Clorox, you have to get the gloves, you have to get everything in place because you've had a serious accident on the floor, you're gonna be a little disappointed. So set clear expectations. Another thing that I think you should do when you are potty training is to go cold turkey, point blank, period. And don't waste your money on pull-ups. Pull-ups are just like diapers. Who are we kidding? Throw them away. Throw away the diapers, and when you throw away the diapers, just go cold turkey. The child will get it. I promise you, the child will get it. And this is where I get it. Okay? I have a serious phobia when it comes to pee that is not in the toilet. Now, everybody thinks I'm so crazy when I say this, but I'm actually really, like, even thinking about it, I'm like, what if he gets pee on the floor? I had to get over it. And in order to get over it, I just had to dive in, throw all the diapers away, and just get my mind in the game. Peeing on the floor is gross to me. I had so many concerns with throwing away all the diapers, but I did it anyway. And you know what? We didn't have that many accidents. set an alarm in your phone and stick to the alarm system. You can do every 20-minute increments. And I know that sounds like a lot, like every 20 minutes you have to take the child to the washroom. I don't think it's so much that your kid will pee every 20 minutes. I think it's more to establish the routine that we go to the washroom to pee. So every 20 minutes, take them to the washroom, sit them down, and talk them through it. Let's go sit on the potty now. Let's go use the bathroom. Let's go pee. And get that language in their head so they know we have to actually go somewhere to pee. It's not enough to be like, okay, take the child, put them down. Talk them through it. It's time to go potty. It's time to go potty. Run, 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 run. We did that over and over and over again until he does it now himself. And his thing is bass, 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 because he can't really say the effing fast. But he's like, Mommy, I have to go pee. Bass, bass, bass. And he runs to the washroom. That's what you want to develop in your child. After being repetitive, they're going to get it and they're going to start to do it on their own. There are going to be times when you're going to shift from 20 minutes to half an hour to an hour to 2 hours. And you have to know when those things happen based on the progression of your child. Another thing that you should do when you're potty training your child is to watch out for when the day shifts. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna notice a time of the day when your routine kind of shifts, when your focus shifts, when the child's focus shifts. For example, when both my husband and I were home, it was easy for us to check upon him every 20 minutes, then every 30 minutes, then every hour, and so on. But then when my husband went back to work, I noticed that when he came home from work, the day shifted and therefore our attention shifted. So we got a little distracted, so we weren't really paying attention to the alarms and going when he needed to go. And that's when we noticed more accidents happening. So just stay consistent throughout the day and watch for when your day shifts so that you can also shift with the time. Increase the intake of drinks. You want to give your child more fluids. Allow them to drink frequently during the day so that they have more time to practice going to the washroom and actually having pee come out. When you're giving more drinks, they have more opportunities to go to the washroom. And every time they sit on the toilet and actual pee comes out, it teaches them. They learn that, hey, when I sit here, I pee. And doing that more often will help it to click in their minds and they will become potty trained a lot sooner. With giving more drinks, I would also include a cutoff time. So last call is at whatever time works for you. For us, it was 1 hour before bedtime. So Teo's bedtime is 9 p.m. His last drink must be consumed, finished by 8 p.m. Don't be afraid to wake them up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. See, a child's bladder is really, really small. So they're not gonna be able to hold that much liquid in their tiny little bladders. So it is okay to wake them up in the night to go and pee. We had a schedule where we were waking Teo up twice in the night. After this was going on for a while and we noticed at the 1 o'clock schedule he was dry, he wasn't peeing, we thought, okay, let's drop one of the times. So we didn't drop the 1 o'clock schedule and keep the 4 o'clock schedule. We just pushed the time in the middle and started waking him up at around 2, and then just calling it a night from there. And as he was getting better at holding it and not going on the toilet at 2 a.m., we decided to eliminate the waking up in the middle of the night. And now he sleeps from bedtime till morning and wakes up dry. Now, I don't know where you are on a scale of 1 to believer, but I am an 11. So prayer was a big thing for me. I had to pray through this whole process. I prayed before we started. I prayed a lot during the process, and we're still praying today. When we put him down for his nap, we pray, Dear Jesus, help me to stay dry so I can pee in the toilet and not on the bed and not in my underwear. And he has that prayer memorized. We pray about other things too, but that is just his prayer. Help me to stay dry so I can pee on the toilet and not in the bed. So if you are a believer, even if you're not, I'm telling you, prayer works. So pray. Talk to God about this because you're going to need all the help that you can get. You definitely want to get yourself some pajamas that make sense. Now, I love footy pajamas. I love onesies. I love when a baby, a toddler, not an adult, is wearing onesies. But for a potty training boy or girl, 2-piece. You do not want to be fumbling with zippers and trying to get them out of this onesie. Get some practical pajamas, some practical underwear, and just make sure that it's easy. Don't buy cartoon underwear. I know they're so cute, but at least not right away. Do it when they understand what's happening. So a problem that we ran into with Teo is that we bought him his favorite cartoon character underwear, which is Paw Patrol. If you know my son, you know that it must have been Paw Patrol. And the problem was he did not want to wear his chase beeps. No, mommy, I don't want to wear my chase beeps. Get plain underwear, or if you don't think it will be a problem to your kid, do whatever you want. The next thing I wanted to tell you, and I know I'm not going in any particular order, so I hope you have like pen and paper right now. If this is helpful, give this video a like, hit that thumbs up, and just keep watching, because I promise you, these things are going to help you to potty train your kid. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was the treats. I think we don't give our kids enough credit as to how smart they are. And a child will pick up going to the washroom allows me to get a treat. If I ask to go, I get a chocolate. So the child will get into the habit of asking just to get a treat. And sometimes they will get the idea that even if I put just a little bit of pee in the toilet, I'll still get a treat. So you have to be clever if you are going to use a treat system. Some people say don't use it at all. That's fine. But we did use treats and they worked. And we made the treat part of the whole thing also educational. So we took it from a place where when he was able to ask to go to the potty and sit on the toilet, he got a treat. Then we realized this kid is way too smart. He's playing us. So we had to switch it up a little bit. We decided that when he asked to go to the washroom and actually went to the washroom, then he'd get a treat. That's when he got real smart and started putting a little bit of pee in the toilet. When we knew darn well there was either more pee in there or he didn't actually have to pee. He was just acting up so that he can get a treat. The next thing we did was decide when he asked to go, actually went and could identify the color or could count or did something, performance based, I guess, to receive that treat, then we gave him the treat. I have to pee. He sits on the toilet and actually goes pee. What color is this Smartie? It's blue. There you go, you can have it. When he got smart to that, we started switching it up and then we eliminated treats altogether. Now, it is not a must that you do treats, or if you don't want to do treats, whatever the case is. But whatever you decide to do, try to stay one step ahead of your kid. They are smart, and they will figure it out. Don't reward bad behavior. If your child has an accident, don't let them know that it's okay. Better luck next time. It's simple. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to scare them into using the bathroom. You don't even have to get angry. You let them know the expectation. That is bad. Pee does not go on the floor. Pee goes in the toilet. And that's it. There's gonna be a whole bunch of tips that you can receive for how to potty train your child. There's gonna be videos up the yin yang. I promise you that. There are going to be different methods, different words of advice. The one thing you have to remember that it is not impossible. You can do it. You can do it. As frustrating as it might be sometimes, and as much as you want to give up sometimes, you can do it. Get lots of underwear, lots and lots and lots and lots of underwear. Some people say let the kid just go butt naked and wherever the chips or pee or poo falls. Not for me. Not for me. Some people think that when a child feels the discomfort of the pee, they will go and learn to use the washroom faster. Listen, I wasn't willing to take that chance because no, underwear. I use underwear. You don't have to, but I did. I was not going to deviate from the plan. I was ready to potty train him given that we had 2 babies now and I wanted one to be in diapers and one to be out. And I just decided we're just gonna do this. Now, I could have turned back, and that's where the village came in. Very handy, because I had my sister and other support telling me, no, you're gonna do this, don't worry, you can get it done. If you stay consistent and decide that you are ready and that you want to get this thing done, you can do it. If you need moral support, you know where to find me. Just send me a message and I will be right there with you, cheering you on and making sure that this thing gets done. Potty training your child is not mission impossible. You can do it. It's actually mission possible because right now we have a baby in diapers and we have a 2-year-old who is fully potty trained, not having accidents, and knowing when to ask and how to get to the washroom and how to put pee and poo in the toilet. If you like this video and if you think it's helpful, definitely give me a thumbs up. I know this has been a long video, but I definitely want you to join the club. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you're notified when I post new videos. You can also find me here on YouTube every Friday when I premiere a hair care journey video. Every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am live in the chat bringing to you my hair care journey as I get through postpartum hair loss for the second time. I want you to come along with me. Join the club, hit that bell, and we'll see you in the next video.
I can't open it.
Yeah, you can.
There we go.